Jai Hind and a very good morning to our guest speaker, Mr. Junaid Ali, all faculty members and the student of batch 2024-26. I, Pratna Taneja, MC for today's session, accord you a warm and a cordial welcome for today's guest lecture. Before we advance into the day, I request you all to kindly rise for the national anthem. Now I take this opportunity to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Junaid Ali. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. Mr. Junaid Ali, a professional with diverse corporate background, starting off as brand endorser for renowned personalities like Jacqueline Fernandez, Ayush Sharma, Naswadia, and others at Desange Paris. He played a pivotal role in scaling up the institutional business to a new heights, simultaneously managing the channel partner business and expanding its origin to Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities of Maharashtra. Next joined Page Industry, known for the iconic brand Jockey, where he managed trade marketing and played the pivotal role in the launch of Jockey Athleisure. Sir has also included in the startup culture. He joined Rebel Food Private Limited, managing the out-of-home vertical for West India and North India. He opened multiple streams of revenue for Rebel Food, which now owns popular brands like Bharro's Biryani, Oven Story Pizza, Fesauce, and many more. He managed the Eat Share vertical in the off-front category, which has the world's first multiple brand food court in single restaurant. Currently, he is designated as a senior manager at H&R Johnson and leading the Telangana business and pioneering the key account vertical in this segment. Now, without any further delay, I request Mr. Junaid Ali sir to address the young minds present over here.
So, how many of you are from commerce background? Who have come from? Oh, majority of you. And how many of you are engineers? Very few, it seems. Oh, acha. So, you all have chosen to go for an MBA, right? And how many of you are from Pune? Okay, and rest are all from outside. How many are from Maharashtra? Okay, so you're, good diverse batch that you have, right? Great. So this becomes your first source of learning, right? Your batchmates. As we begin, you must be expecting that I would be giving long talks on how to build career and all. No, it's a fun play session. So don't worry. You all seems worried. Yeah? You smile. I've never seen an institute with such high discipline here. I've been going across the country. Few days back, I was at IIT. I was delivering a session. Prior to that, I was at Jamia Millia Islamia Delhi. But the kind of sincerity that I am witnessing now, it's rare. It's rare. So big round of applause for your director and for yourself actually. Because the context that I was about to talk on, I can already see that is happening over here, right? So when you come for an MBA, you always have a goal that you are going to achieve through this course. Everybody of you, right? Each one of you. Otherwise, graduation to sabne kiya hua hai, right? So what is that goal that you all want to achieve through this course? And let's make this session very interactive, you know? Let's not keep it boring so that you all also don't fall for a sleep, right? So yeah. So what is it that you all want to achieve through this degree, through this course? Yes, sir. First of all, your name, please. Huh?
But my aim to achieve to go in the management level, decision making to industrial corporate.
Okay. Do you have any work experience?
Sir, I had done articleship.
Articleship. Okay. You are CA?
I completed CA with one.
Acha. Okay. And what's your graduation? BCom. Where are you from?
Sir, I completed graduation from Pune, but I'm from Aurangabad.
You're from Aurangabad? Oh. So apparently I'm also from Aurangabad. Okay. Yeah, please sit on car. Yeah, anybody else? Anybody else? Why are you here for? Why MBA? Yes.
Jain, sir.
Yes, Jain.
Tosh is here. I want to explore myself in corporate world.
You want to explore yourself. But if you want to explore yourself, why corporate? Could be anything else also.
No, sir.
Why you want to go through a grind here?
It's my just like dream to work on corporate world and other big MNCs.
Okay. And what do you eventually want to achieve through that?
it's just like a dream. It's not ours.
तो सोते हुआ देखा था क्या? Okay, please have a seat. Yeah, anybody else? I think लड़कियां तो sorted है, you know. Post MBA शादी, got a rich husband, hence हमको वही achieve करना, right? Right, girls? नहीं? But you are not talking, so I thought कि वो sorted है, right? Yes.
Being in a good corporate as a leader, I want to see myself and at a managerial position in next 5 years down the line.
Okay. Fair enough. So largely employability is our motive, right? You want to get employed. Taking a job. Basically, you want to get employed, right? Okay. Yes.
Jayan sir.
Jain sir, myself Aditya Jain. Sir, I want to get an exposure in practical knowledge, and after getting the job and doing 2-3 years, I want to set up my own business
Okay.
in cloth industry.
Entrepreneurship, basically.
Entrepreneurship, right?
Eventually employed. Do you all think the people who don't study? Yeah, I came through a cab. The driver was not studied. He was. Please have a seat. He was not a graduate. He was still employable.
Yes sir.
Earning livelihood. Yeah, doing well. And while I was on the way, I was just interacting with him. He said he has to file ITR every year. Right? Which means that, sorry? You can be louder. There's nothing right or wrong, and don't be shy of it, please. Yes? Income tax. So he has to file income tax. You can ask any question. Please feel free, okay? This is not a session where a professor comes and, you know, it's not like that. You can ask any question. I am here for 1 hour. Okay, I will be going off. Don't have a regret later on that I should have asked this question, right? It's a session for you, especially for your learning, right? That's the reason I have been called. That's the reason I have spent so much amount of time in traffic and I have come, right? I would have had a good sleep. I'm anyways on leave today. So yeah. So he has to file ITR, which means he's earning good 10-12 lakhs rupees. Trust me, and I'm not demotivating you, but none of you would get that kind of a package, or barely someone would get that kind of package while you are going out of this college. Maybe in a later stages of your life you would get that kind of money, but while you graduate from here, it's hardly to get that kind of, because looking at the current market scenario, right, job trends, it's difficult. But he is not studying, but he is still employable. You are studying, graduating, and you are still saying that I want to become employable. Few of you might have your father's business. You can go and sit there. You're still employable. You're becoming an entrepreneur. So what is the motive of this education that you're taking here? Gain respect. Do you really feel through education you get respect? Yes? Only through education. I should say only through education. Yeah? Okay.
After getting knowledge or attitude change.
Someone said knowledge. Who said knowledge? Yeah, knowledge. Yes. Yes?
But after getting education, our attitude changes. Like you said.
You are ready to do changes.
Attitude.
Attitude changes. Okay. Attitude changes. Okay. Attitude changes towards what?
Sir, towards people, like you said, you are coming in a cab. The cab driver is not educated. And he is
Correct.
the attitude level is very high.
Correct.
Even some person who is educated, his attitude means very kindly, I think.
ठीक है. Okay. Yes. कोई तो मुंह बोल रहा था. Let me do my job. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I think before entering into the arena, you must first sharpen your sword. That's what we do here.
ये तो पूरा मिलिट्री की भाषा बोल रही है. मैं लेट आया, मेरे को कोर्ट मार्शल तो नहीं कर दोगे? Yes. Go on. Sorry. बोलिए. No, you're audible. You can talk without mic.
I mean, sir, the example you gave of the cab driver.
So you should have your artillery ready before the war is what you mean.
Because the sword must be sharpened.
Acha, the sword must be sharpened. Okay. Yes. Please have a seat. Yes.
Well, I have worked in a retail operation. I have a.
Where you have worked, gentlemen?
Reliance.
Reliance. Okay.
I have worked as a store manager for 4 years.
हाँ.
What I observe
Super. Can we have a round of applause for him? Fundamentally, government runs an organization, okay, which is skill development organization, right? It's not your degree that makes you employable, it's your skills that makes you employable, right? And perhaps, what does those skills comprise of? What are the skills? Communication, right? Your verbal ability, right? Your logical sense, right? Your analytical sense. These are the skills. You're not here to be employable. You are here to gain those skills. Part one of the answer. Part two, and the most important thing, you are here to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. Okay, and it is education an instrument which helps you differentiate between right and wrong. Right? Tomorrow you go into a corporate, some unethical thing is going on. You'd rather stop it, right? Or you become a part of it. You as an individual would rather try and stop it in whichever way you can, right? So please remember, the first thing or the first agenda of your 2 years. You just started, right? You all have just started. This course has just started. How many days?
5 days.
Just 5 days. You all have just 5 days old in the system. Good. Which means I cannot talk on anything on your curriculum, syllabus, and all that stuff, right? Maybe 1 year down the line we can talk on it, if apparently I'm here. So, your first agenda in these 2 years, you're spending these 2 years over here, okay? I think you have left your families, you have given good amount of money as a tuition fees. And when you walk out of this institution 2 years down the line, okay, you are X person today, you should be an Y person. And that differentiating factor between an X person today and a Y person tomorrow, okay, is what you want to achieve. And that has to be a huge. Okay? So 365 into 2, that much amount of days you have, 730 days, right? 730 days, 24 hours. The only agenda that you have in these next 2 years is to bring the best out of yourself. Now how do you do that? The first thing is first, you read. And if you say, okay, I'll suggest you some books, read those, because that will change the perspective of an MBA. That will change the perspective of your marketing. Yes, anybody wants to say something? Okay, I heard something, so no problem. So that will change the entire perspective of how do you perceive this course. That will change the entire perspective of the specializations that you are going to choose. After your first semester, you will choose your specializations, right?
Yes.
Someone would want to go to marketing, someone would want to go to operations, someone would want to go to finance, HR, or whatsoever it is. And now you have multiple streams. You have business analytics, you have sports management, you have disaster management, you have hundreds of options. Down the line, when we were doing our MBA a decade back, we didn't have so many options. We had this marketing, finance, HR, IT, operations. That was not there in Rizvi. That was there in Mumbai University, but not in our institute. But now you have supply chain also, and it's a very booming session. It's a very booming industry. How do you know about this supply chain? This is a very limited content available. In your syllabus, it's very limited. So first thing is first, you need to read a lot. Apart from what you study in your classes, in your syllabus, you need to read a lot. And by reading, it means you need to start your day by reading newspapers, period. There is no option to skip this. And when I say this, why do I say this? Is anybody of you investing in stock markets?
Yes.
Majority of you do that, right? Have you seen the market on 3rd June?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? It was the highest ever spike that we have seen in Nifty, right? Have you seen the market on 4th June?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? It crashed big time. By 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m., around 20 lakh crore rupees were flushed off. Right? Have you seen the market today? No? Right. Sorry?
200 points.
Yeah, it's still going on. So, why do you think there's so much of change that's happening? Because there is a political uncertainty that was there in the country, right? Why do you think it makes so much of impact on the market?
Stable governments. Policies.
Policies. What policies in the sense?
Government policies.
Especially Adani and Reliance shares were plunging big time, right? On 4th June. Sorry? Yeah. So what happens basically is, you need to understand the mindset of the government, right? So if the current government, the ruling government comes into power, and if there's a Nitin Gadkari who is taking care of road and transport ministry, which means development is certain. Have you seen the IRFC going up, IRFC coming down, right? It was changing when the ministries were changing. Now it's gone, like it's so, yeah, sorry? Yeah. So, all these things you understand, you understand through newspapers. When Israel started war with Palestine, market crashed big time, right? Because the influence of Israeli companies in the market, rather the entire market has been managed by Israeli companies. But if they are going at the war, right, which means it's a risk, right? When Russia attacked Ukraine, there was again problem in the market. So which means there's another perspective that's opening up, right? So if you're planning to take finance and if you don't understand the impact of geopolitical scenarios that are happening, right, then you are at a big risk. Getting my point? So if you understand what is happening across the globe and how does it impact, this perspective, like it is very difficult that it can be taught in the classrooms. It can only be discussed amongst your peers. It can only be understood through various channels, and it can only be understood by reading multiple news articles. That's the first thing. That's the first and the foremost thing that you understand. Basis this, you also understand which industry is going up. Like I mentioned supply chain. Why do I mention supply chain? Why supply chain has, all of a sudden came into the picture? Yes? Online shopping, somebody said. Yeah? Yeah, e-commerce, yeah. What else? Yes?
New transport businesses.
Sorry?
New transport businesses.
New transport business, in the sense? Transport business, okay, okay. These are it. Yes? Logistics is another name of SCM, supply chain management. Right? Yeah.
Sir, because probably that was demand which was forcing the market. But today it is supply which is, impacting the demand.
Very relative, and I think post-COVID this becomes more.
Driving force for the market.
Right.
Rather than demand. First it was demand, then supply.
Not absolutely correct, but you are very close. You are very close. Okay, because you don't have a demand, what will you do of the supplies? Eventually. But yeah, if you ask me the cost factor, it is largely dependent on supplies.
Sir, can I give you an example?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, like today we have a lot of delivery apps, Zomato, Swiggy. We want more, want the supply. No, sorry. Yes, we have all the supply chains like Zomato for delivery, but it is demand of food.
Okay. So I'll give you one example. Okay, why SCM has become so important. Please answer. So I used to work with Rebel Foods, right? You must have heard of Behrouz Biryani, One Story, Fasos, all these brands, right? Or you must have seen it in day-to-day lives. Now we have our offline outlets also, which is EatSure. So EatSure was our concept. I was the one who established EatSure across the country. So we have an app called EatSure also, right? This has come recently, in last 1.5, 2 years, right? The entire offline space of Rebel Foods has come into picture in last couple of years. But prior to that, sorry? I didn't get you, sorry.
You don't have brand creation, na, EatSure. Before 2.5 years ago. So you have to order on PhonePe.
Yeah, that was an option. That was an option given, right? So, but currently, so we started operating in cloud kitchen model. Have you heard of cloud kitchen concept? Yes, right? So you don't have physical restaurant out there, but you can order it, right, online through Swiggy, Zomato. Now we have our own platform called as Eatsure also, through which you can order. So in Pune, we have 45 kitchens. In Pune, we have 40. Across India, if you ask me, we have close to 600 kitchens, right? And globally, if you ask me, we have 1,000 kitchens. And if you ask me how many restaurants we operate, it is approximately 6,000, right? Even more than that, but fair number is 6,000. So now I have 45 outlets here, right? And I have one warehouse situated at Satara Road. Now from that one warehouse, I have to deliver all the frozen items to all those 45 kitchens every alternate day. Will I take that pain on my head or will I outsource that? Right? And if I outsource that, which means there has to be a company in place who does that for me. And especially if I am transporting frozen items, which means it has to be a cold vans. So in today's time, if you ask me, in today's time, we do close to 2,000 crore rupees of annual revenue. Okay, Rebel Foods in India does close to 2,000 crore rupees of an annual revenue. You know, what is our SCM cost? A fair idea? What should be our SCM cost? The percentage of these 2,000 crore? Any idea? 2 to 3%? 2 to 300 crores. How do you get onto this number? I mean, any logic or just a blind guess?
No, sir. Like transportation cost is very high because road transport.
Okay. Yes? Anybody else? Any other opinion? What do you think? What should be our supply chain cost? So it's 11%. 11% of 2,000 crore. Which gentleman said 200 to 300 crore. It's close to 220 crore rupees annually. We do it from cold eggs. Which means for cold eggs, there is one client who is giving 220 crore rupees of revenue every year. There is one client who is giving 220 crore. There is Domino's, there is McD, there is Chinese Wok, there is Wow Momos, and the list can go on. Imagine the size of market. This is one thing. Now all the FMCG companies have started coming in frozen items. Right? You heard of Mackin? Mackin is the biggest supplier. All these McDonald's burgers that you eat, right? So the patty that is there, that comes from Mackin. वो frozen होती है. It just goes into the oil, puts into the burger, and you have the burger ready for it, right? You have French fries, you have nuggets, all this frozen. So do you understand the size of the supply chain industry now? That will, especially in frozen space. And hence, and then on top of it, you've got all these e-commerce companies. You've got Flipkarts of the world, Amazons of the world, you've got Blinkit, and you can go on Myntra and all that. This is called last mile operations. There's all this Flipkart and Amazon and all. They're all last mile operations. So this industry has doubled, tripled in last 2, 3, 4 years. And hence supply chain has become a very suitable career option for students. Right? Now, I needed a data to support my statement, right? Why supply chain is booming. And where did I get this data from? Because I am working into the industry, hence I have this on tip of my tongue. But you all are not working in the industries, right? How do you get this? You get this from the secondary sources. From people like us, from newspapers, from news articles, and you became more aware, and hence your choice of career becomes easy for you. Right? Understood? Can I have a loud yes or no? Yes, sir. Bore to nahi ho raha na? No, sir. Feeling good? Yes, sir. Good. So, there's a book which is written by Jeff Bezos, Thinking Backward. ठीक है? Time मिले तो पढ़ना. नहीं भी मिले तो पढ़ना. Backwards. ठीक है? Yes. Sorry, I didn't get you.
Quick commerce takeover, e-commerce companies in coming years.
Quick commerce takeover. See, this is a very speculative thing.
ये जो 10 मिनट में डिलीवरी का जो फंडा स्टार्ट किया है ना, ठीक है, आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ इंडिया इज रेडी टू टेक अप दैट. See, demand will always have. तेरे को 10 मिनट में कुछ चाहिए तो you will be more than happy. From the perspective of a consumer, see, आज भी Blinkit profitable नहीं है, right? Some startup has to step in and they have to acquire it, and they are still struggling. Zepto has started putting up their own cloud kitchens, but they are still not profitable, right? They are still burning. Now, quick commerce is a very speculative thing. Very speculative in the sense India is not ready for that. Okay, like 2016, 2015 when I finished off my MBA, I was working for a cryptocurrency company which was that time used to deal in Bitcoin. Right? Sorry? No, it was searchtrade.com. But it's not in the market because that time they used to have their own search platform. आप वहाँ पे जाके जो भी वर्ड सर्च करोगे उस एवरी वर्ड सर्च पे यू कैन ओन दैट वर्ड. आप कुछ सतोशी स्पेंड करके, से फॉर एग्जांपल इंडस, यू कैन बाय दिस वर्ड एंड एनीवन गोज एंड सर्च दैट वर्ड ऑन द सर्च प्लेटफॉर्म, यू गेट पेड फॉर इट इन नैनो सतोशीज. दैट वाज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ, अभी तो इट डजंट एग्जिस्ट एनीमोर. बट that time Vishal Gupta, the founder of searchtrade.com, used to tell me India do not have the internet infrastructure to deal with this kind of things. And today I feel India still do not have the kind of infrastructure that is required for quick commerce. Right? Operationally we are far behind. You go and see the operations in all these quick commerce warehouses. I mean, if you get an opportunity, do your internship. Do you all have winter internships here? Yes. Winter internships होता है, right? Right? ये first semester के बाद होगा, second के बाद होगा? First के बाद होगा, right? Try and do internships in your area of interest. See, internships करने से ना एक चीज बहुत clear हो जाएगी. You'll either figure it out कि मेरे को इसमें career बनाना है, or you will figure it out कि I don't want to go into this. With me it happened the latter thing. I did my internship with Info Edge India Limited. And I decided कि नहीं, मैं सर्विस में जाऊंगा ही नहीं, मैं .com में जाऊंगा ही नहीं. That was not my cup of tea. So I always had an interest in trade, right? Trade marketing, and hence I went into then CCD and all that happened in my life. And that's why reasonably I think whatever I could do because I chose the right path of career. So yeah, so quick commerce के लिए I don't think we are ready. I mean. You might disagree with me and you might have strong data points, but if you ask my opinion, then this is what largely it seems, and this is what largely India's commerce industry or India's commerce minister also feels. आप देख लो, when it will start flourishing, the amount of accidents that will increase, then the amount of efficiency in terms of delivery. ठीक है? What if it is not happening within 10 minutes? As an organization, what if it is not happening? Like Domino's in today's time can claim कि 30 minutes, sorry, Domino's or Pizza, who it is? 30 minutes, Domino's अगर मैं 30 मिनट में नहीं दे रहा तो I will give you free. It is because उनके हर 4 किलोमीटर के रेंज में उनका स्टोर है, right? Every 4 kilometers they have a store. अब कोई स्विगी जोमेटो से ऑर्डर करता तो they are not taking responsibility of it. If someone is ordering through Domino's app, then they will deliver it in within 30 minutes, right? That is because they have that kind of a reach in the market. Is Blinkit ready for it? I don't think so. एक तो बाहर के पैसे पर डिपेंड करते हैं. They don't have their own money. Domino's have their own money. Second, are we having that kind of infrastructure? No. Third, do we have that kind of a product portfolio? Blinkit, I don't think so. And that becomes larger bottlenecks. ठीक है? People who are willing to do their specialization in operations, आपका पूरा लाइफ इस एक टर्मिनोलॉजी के अराउंड घूमेगा, bottleneck. You know what is bottleneck? How many of you know it? Bottleneck पता है क्या होता है? This is a bottle. ये bottle है पानी का. Can you all see this?
Yes, sir.
You'll see this. इसका जो निचला वाला जो ये है ब्रेथ है, ये बड़ा है, राइट? Which means अगर मैं इसको उल्टा करूं तो इसी स्पीड से पानी आना चाहिए, बट नहीं आएगा। क्यों? क्योंकि यहां से आना है, ये जो नेक है बॉटल का ये छोटा है, राइट? वो आएगा तो इसी स्पीड से, ठीक है। सो फॉर एग्जांपल मान के चलो मेरा कोई असेंबली लाइन है ऑपरेशंस का, ठीक है, फेज 1, फेज 2, फेज 3, फेज 4। तो फेज 1 से मेरा प्रोडक्ट सही निकलता है, फेज 2 से सही निकलता है, फेज 3 से सही निकलता है, बट फेज 4 में प्रॉब्लम है, हेंस मेरा फाइनल प्रोडक्ट टाइम पे नहीं आ रहा है। सो फेज 4 इज अ बॉटलनेक फॉर मी, राइट? जैसे अभी मैं आ रहा था, मैं कातरत से बराबर निकला, ठीक है, नवले ब्रिज पे बराबर आया। एज सुन एज आई केम टू वारजे देयर वाज अ ट्रैफिक, एक मतलब छोटा सा ब्रिज है, उसके पहले बड़े बड़े रोड्स थे, तो मैं तो सेम स्पीड जाना चाहिए। And if would have come by that speed, I would have reached here by 10:30, then 10:45 max. But I came here at 11. समझ लो बॉटलनेक क्या होता है? इसके ऊपर एक बुक लिखी हुई है, which is The Goal. The writer is Eliyahu Goldratt. If you don't read this book, na, it's a crime that you are doing. It's The Goal by Eliyahu Goldratt. Eliyahu Goldratt, Goldratt, एक ही बुक लिखी हुई है, द गोल। पानी का बोतल ले ही लिया तो पानी पी लेता। Yeah, silence please. It's The Goal, Goal, The Goal by Eliyahu Goldratt, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Goldratt, Goldratt, Eliyahu Goldratt. It must be there in your libraries also, right? I will give you a different perspective altogether. The entire concept which is mentioned in this book is this the concept of bottleneck. Especially if you go in airline industry, na, people will judge you on this. And every interview will have this question: have you read the Eliyahu Goldratt? You are bifurcated on the basis of whether you have read the goal or you have not read the goal. It is such a wonderful book. You must read it at least twice, thrice, 4 बार तो पढ़ ही लो, so that you learn everything out of it. Your half of the operations is in that. People who are willing to go into the operations, especially in QSR and airline industry, if by chance if you get an opportunity to get into it, this is a must-read book. ठीक है? So the point that I mentioned while I started my talk, that it's the reading that will help you survive. You're still on it, right? Yes. We are reading Jeff Bezos, we are reading Eliyahu Goldratt. ठीक है? As you move on into your careers, and majority of you will be a part of it. Marketing, how many of you are willing to go for marketing? Okay, fairly, I think 30% of the batch, right? Marketing जो है ना, marketing. Why is it so dynamic? कैसे बोलना? All aspects of business. You think finance doesn't have it? So you say, if you are into marketing, you are working on your numbers, you are working on your cost, you are working on your deliverables, maybe you are working on your campaign reach, you are working on your campaign output. जैसे हम finance में भी करते हैं कि if I am making a product, मैं कितने में ले रहा हूँ, कितने में बन रहा है, कितने में बेच रहा हूँ, कितना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, numbers I am also doing there. What is it that makes it more dynamic? Yes, gentlemen. Yeah, please have a seat, ma'am.
Sir, marketing is ever changing. If you look at the branding and promotions of Coca-Cola back in when it started, since now, it has changed really profoundly. They changed the way they make their ads.
Is it the branding or is it the quality of product for Coke that has changed?
But sir, I am explaining as of right now what marketing did change. I'm taking it as an example.
ठीक है. Yes, please have a seat. Yes, gentlemen. Yes. हाँ बोलिए आप बोलिए आप.
Sir, marketing has like they have much enough opportunity to contact with the customer. So they are much related with the business, how to improve the business strategies.
ठीक है. Yes, gentlemen.
Jain sir, my name is Aditya. So sir, market trends are always very volatile.
Check, I'll give you a few examples. Please have a seat. How many of you remember Vodafone used to have that Zuzu ads?
Yes, sir.
Right? You all remember that, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why the Zuzu ads came into picture? Vodafone was earlier Hutch, right?
Yes, sir.
एक हच नाम का ब्रांड हुआ करता था HUTCH again UK based right sorry
Hutchison India it was.
yeah Hutchison India right जिसको Vodafone UK ने acquire किया so why the Zuzu ad came into picture yeah anybody any idea come on your childhood you must have seen those ads right yes
The ad itself was very entertaining that people were attracted to it.
sorry
The ad itself was very entertaining that people were attracted to it.
what was the purpose of that ad अच्छा ठीक है हम लोग यूज एप्पल फोन we'll use it right what's the USP of Apple
Privacy.
so many Apple fans but nobody knows why Apple is the world's largest company in mobile phones it's simple boss it's design right it's the design do you really think technology copy नहीं की जा सकती right अगर copyrighted भी है तो किसी और फॉर्म में कॉपी की जा सकती right it's the design which makes Apple different ठीक है which makes second it when you go ठीक है then it becomes your software and all those things that makes Apple a user friendly device right be it laptop tablets or whatever it is but that's how Apple is sold do you know which is the biggest brand in terms of volume in deodorant category today in India Frog was that the same case 10 years back it was Axe or there were other brands also right what did Ford do differently sorry one by one can I have a raise of hands and then take the answers yes brand tagline yes see when it comes to marketing na I can go on for the entire day वो मेरा forte है ठीक है please answer but I'll tell you what there's something called as customer insight right there's something called as brand recall since many of you are from commerce brand recall कभी सुना ये word brand what is brand recall if I say trust which brand comes to your mind that's brand recall right that's brand identity that's called top of the mind recall you will learn the concept of TOMA top of the mind recall right so if I say trust Tata comes to your mind right if I say design Apple right so likewise Ford ने क्या किया पता है they said कि I'll give you 1,000 sprays the entire campaign was no gas only spray right and that actually hit the Indian consumers because the mentality of Indian consumers is value for money right and majority of Indian customers are middle class and they want value for money and Ford started delivering value for money and hence it becomes the market leader today no push no gas only sprays 1,000 sprays guarantee 2,000 whatever then they started coming in PET bottles you can carry it in the pocket alright so they changed the entire course of the industry X मजबूर हो गया कि मैं भी इस लाइंस पर काम करूं right there were brands who were forced to work on those lines so marketing it's very diverse and as somebody said it's ever changing because the expectation of the customer keeps on changing Gen Z has a different set of expectations right Gen Z has a very different set of expectations from the brands today what our parents had I've seen my grandfather using that Life by Sabun the whole his life वो जो बड़ा वाला लाल साबुन आता था
फेंक के मारो सर फूट जाए साला. It used to be so hard. At the same time, we have seen that getting shifted towards Lux. From there, today we have majority of the households using Godrej #1 because again it is value for money. ठीक है? And so what changed from Lifebuoy to Godrej #1? Right? His usage was very different. Then we had some Lirils, Rexonas in between which came and which again perished. Right? We did not have major chunk of the market. और इस कैटेगरी में एक एप्पल हुआ करता था जिसको मोती साबुन बोला जाता, राइट, which usually comes on Diwalis and all at our homes, right? अब मैं सबके घर घर की बात कर रहा हूँ ना, right? That's what happens when you spend too much time in the market, right? आप वही एग्जांपल देते हो जिससे आप रिलेट कर पाओगे. So I hope I'm not making you bored, right? I'm not making you feel sleepy. Yeah. So क्या होता है कि marketing, what happens is changes the entire narrative of the course, that what you are studying today and what we are studying today has changed completely. You have digital marketing, right? I would like we are sitting at your director's cabin right now. So they are saying that they are introducing B2B sales course, something to you. You can't even imagine the industry that has grown exponentially, B2B space. You can't even imagine, right? And especially in terms of content creation, you need to have a separate content for B2B because their demands are separate. So CCD I used to work for a vertical which was coffee and beverages. So you must have seen these coffee vending machines, right? That was my vertical. And CCD is a market leader in that. We used to have close to 70-75% of the market share with us. And trust me, we had a client, Barclays, who used to consume close to 40 lakhs rupees of coffee every month. Can you beat that? 40 lakhs rupees of coffee through vending machines. Siemens used to consume 28 lakhs rupees of coffee every month. 28 lakhs rupees of coffee. CCD के 2 स्टोर मिला के भी वो नहीं कर सकते थे, ठीक है? एंड स्टोर में आपको रेंट देना है, यहां आप मशीन का रेंट लेते थे. कंज्यूमेबल्स एंटायरली यूज्ड टू बी CCDs. यहां तक कि दूध भी CCD ने बेचना स्टार्ट कर दिया था, ठीक है? सो अलोन मिल्क वी यूज्ड टू गेट एट 32 rupees per liter. Nandini we used to get it from, and we used to sell to distributor at 49. Distributors to sell it at 60 rupees. So हम सिर्फ हमारा जो ब्रांच हुआ करता था, द रेस्ट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र ब्रांच, उनका सैलरी हम सिर्फ दूध बेच के निकाला करते थे, right? 17 rupees per liter we used to sell 1 lakh liters every month. This I am telling you in the year 2017-18. 1 lakh liters, which means 17 से 18 लाख रुपए तो हम फेयरली सिर्फ दूध से निकाला करते थे. Coffee beans we used to get at 160 rupees, we used to sell at 460. Triple. Yeah? 3x of margins. In corporate. Now do you understand the kind of profits that B2B space can give it to you? Right? So, and hence it becomes very important that you keep yourself posted about everything that is happening in today's scenarios. Markets, digital, offline, online, everything. ठीक है? The way the interstitials have changed the entire narrative of the digital marketing. Do you know interstitials? Interstitials किसी को पता है क्या होता है digital marketing में? So when you learn later in your course, जो एक pop-up आता है ना, जब आप कुछ सर्व करो अचानक से pop-up आता है which covers your entire screen. तो साइड में जाके क्रॉस पे क्लिक करोगे तो चला जाएगा. That popping up of the screen is called interstitials. ठीक है? And वो सबसे महंगी प्रॉपर्टी होती है जो आपको खरीदनी होती है while you plan a campaign. So majority of people who are willing to go towards brand side will go to campaign management and all. तब आपको ये समझ में आएगा. So and hence आपको एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव से every year you will have to look at the marketing with a newer perspective, right? अभी अगर मैं यहाँ पे पूछूं how many of you know the difference between customer and consumer, आप लोग आधे लोग भी नहीं बोल पाओगे. Yes?
Sir, consumer is the final, you can say final, who use the, actually
consume the product, and customer is the person. He can be anyone.
How many of you agree with him? Can I have a raise of hands? Well, agree, right? बाकी के? बाकी के? Anybody has any different answer? Anybody has any different answer? मतलब agree भी नहीं कर रहे हो, अलग आंसर भी नहीं, तो agree कर रहे हो ना? ये यहाँ के नोटा थोड़ी है यहाँ पे, right? यहाँ नोटा नहीं है भाई. Either you are on this side or on that side. All of you are agree with his answer? सबका बेड़ा घर को न्याला. सबका बेड़ा घर को न्याला. ठीक है? Go back and read one book. Where's My Ketchup, which is written by Dr. Kaleem Khan and Cyrus Gonda, Professor Cyrus Gonda. ठीक है? Where is my ketchup? I mention this in my every session. Where's my ketchup? It's Dr. Kaleem Khan and Cyrus Gonda, Professor Cyrus Gonda and Dr. Kaleem Khan. ठीक है? So I'll tell you in short, because we're short on time. 12:15 is, we'll wrap it up. So 5 minutes I'll talk, and then you can have your questions asked. So, see, I'll tell you. Say for example, I'm an Apple, okay? I'm coming to India, and it's a new market to me. ठीक है? अच्छा, एक मैं आपको सवाल पूछता हूँ. Vodafone, Airtel या Apple, Samsung have their customer क्या होता है वो customer center ना? Customer care number, right? Customer care number, right? अब अगर मैं यूज कर रहा हूं सैमसंग का फोन, ठीक है, तो एज पर हिज डेफिनेशन द वन हु बाइज इज अ कस्टमर, द वन हु यूजेस इज अ कंज्यूमर. वो कंज्यूमर केयर नंबर होना चाहिए ना. वो कस्टमर केयर क्यों है? क्योंकि मेरे को प्रॉब्लम आएगा. खरीदा मेरे डैड ने, गिफ्ट किया मेरे को प्रॉब्लम आएगा. या खरीदा भी मैं नहीं, बट नाउ आई एम अ कंज्यूमर. जब खरीदा कस्टमर था, द मोमेंट आई स्टार्टेड यूजिंग इट आई बिकम कंज्यूमर. आई एम नो मोर अ कस्टमर नाउ, राइट? दैट्स द डेफिनेशन, राइट? तो फिर वो कंज्यूमर केयर क्यों नहीं है? अच्छा चलो ठीक है, I'll ask you one more question. गवर्नमेंट का एक ये होता है कंज्यूमर केयर फोरम, राइट? ग्राहक सेवा समथिंग, ग्राहक सेवा केंद्र, राइट? Why it is consumer care forum, not customer care forum? है? ठीक है, तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? तो it is not compulsory customer is the consumer, okay, but is it compulsory that consumer is a customer? ठीक है, कंज्यूमर तो कस्टमर है ही. कैसे? अच्छा ठीक है, चलो कंज्यूमर कस्टमर है ही, ठीक है. तो मतलब मैं अगर फोन यूज कर रहा हूं तो मैं कंज्यूमर हूं. अब मैं कोई भी यूज कर रहा हूं, मैं जाके सैमसंग को बोलूंगा मैं एप्पल का फोन यूज कर रहा हूं, मैं जाके सैमसंग को बोलूंगा मेरे एप्पल के फोन में प्रॉब्लम है, अभी तो सही करके दे. क्योंकि कंज्यूमर इज अ कस्टमर, आप लोग बोल रहे हो by your definition. I like this silence, जो खुद के एग्जिस्टेंस पे सोच खड़ी कर देता है ना, राइट? यस. कुछ लेना देना नहीं, कुछ नहीं है भाई. B2C ये सब ज्ञान व्यान मत पेलो मेरे को, ठीक है? ये सब पेपर में लिखो. हाँ, तू वही बोल रहा है जो उसने बोला. I'll tell you what. ये तुम कुछ नया लाए हो. हाँ, sorry, come again. You're close, but you're not totally correct. Can I have a big round of applause for that girl? What's your name, ma'am? Sorry? Sarika. Sanika. Okay. And what's your graduation? From where? Achha. Please have a seat. See, when you use a phone, okay, an Apple and a Samsung and a Poco or anything, you are a consumer to the mobile industry. You are a consumer to the mobile industry. The moment you patronize the brand, say for instance you go and buy an Apple, you become a customer to the Apple. You are still a consumer to the mobile industry. You are still a consumer to Samsung, to Oppo, to maybe 100 other brands, to maybe Redmi or whatever it is. Okay? But now you have become customer to Apple. Hence Apple says, whoever buys my product, I'm only responsible for them. Hence it's a customer care number. The moment you patronize the brand, you become a customer of that brand. And government says you have a problem, anything in life, you buy a soap, you get a problem with it, you come to me, you're a consumer. You're a consumer to the industry. You're consuming anything, you're a consumer. I'll not differentiate basis the brand. Hence it's a consumer care forum. Right? The moment you patronize the brand, you become a customer to that particular brand. And the time when you are generalizing the usage of a product or a brand or any services, anything, you are a consumer, hence government will not differentiate you basis the brand. They say you have been troubled, you are a consumer, you come, I will resolve your issue. You understand the difference?
Yes.
It's clear? Yeah? You want me to say it in Hindi? Okay. So देखो, अगर आप फोन यूज कर रहे हो, ठीक है, कोई भी फोन यूज कर रहे हो, आप सैमसंग यूज कर रहे हो, ये पोको यूज कर रहा है, ये रेडमी यूज कर रहा है, वो एप्पल यूज कर रहा है, आप कंज्यूमर हो मोबाइल इंडस्ट्री के, ठीक है? अब आपने फैसला किया है कि नहीं यार, इन चार में से ना सैमसंग इज अ गुड ब्रांड, मैं सैमसंग खरीदूंगा, और आपने जाके सैमसंग खरीदा, अब आप हो गए सैमसंग के कस्टमर। इसलिए सैमसंग बोलता है मेरा जो हेल्पलाइन नंबर है वो कस्टमर केयर नंबर है, राइट? और मैं सिर्फ मेरे कस्टमर के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हूं, मैं कंज्यूमर्स के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं हूं। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड गवर्नमेंट बोलता है आप कोई भी ब्रांड लो, कोई भी प्रोडक्ट लो, कोई भी सर्विसेज लो, आप कंज्यूमर हो और आपको कहीं कुछ तकलीफ होती है, आप आओ हमारे पास, हम सॉल्व करके देंगे। वी विल क्वेश्चन द ब्रांड। तो आप जब जनरलाइज करते हो यूसेज ऑफ सर्विसेज, प्रोडक्ट्स और एनीथिंग, यू आर अ कंज्यूमर, आप कंज्यूमर हो। जब आप पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड सिलेक्ट करते हो, आप उस ब्रांड के कस्टमर हो जाते हो। ठीक है, समझा सर? कहां गए हो सर? अच्छा, वो लिख रहे हैं, ठीक है। यू गॉट द क्लैरिटी, राइट? ठीक है। सो ये कॉन्सेप्ट कहां समझेगा आपको? रीड दैट बुक, वेयर्स माय केचप, तब समझेगा आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट डिटेल में, ठीक है? एंड सर्विस रिलेटेड मार्केटिंग क्या होता है एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, ठीक है? सो मैंने फिनांस के ऊपर बात की, मैंने मार्केटिंग के ऊपर बात की, ठीक है, ऑपरेशंस के ऊपर बात की, राइट? सप्लाई चेन के ऊपर हमने बात की, बस था एचआर, उस पर क्या ही बात करें, मतलब करनी चाहिए बट वो मेरा एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, ठीक है? सो मैं आपको किसी एचआर को यहां लाके खड़ा कर सकता हूं, वो आपसे बात करेगा, बट नॉट मच आई कैन टेल यू ऑन दैट। आई एम नॉट अ जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स। सो बसता क्या है अभी? IT systems, I think that specialization doesn't exist here. Business analytics, that's a part of your marketing, brother. ठीक है? If you choose marketing, you have to go through the billions of datas, take the insights out of it, and sit with your campaign manager. उसको बोलना पड़ेगा कि ये कर, ठीक है? Otherwise, if I have to take a call with regards to an investment, I come to you, tell के बताओ भाई इस पे से क्या करें, इस पे से आपको क्या समझ में आ रहा है, आप you take a call, or you suggest me, you do this, you do that. It's fairly a part of your marketing or finance. Analytics is a part of your marketing and finance. दोनों जगह काम में आता, ठीक है? If मतलब मैं जब कैंपेन मैनेज करता हूँ LinkedIn पे, I go back to my MIS team and tell them कि यार पिछले ईद पे मेरे को कितना बिरयानी खरीदी गई थी, and he says कि इस पोर्टल से इतना, इस पोर्टल से इतना, इस पोर्टल से इतना, and basis that I plan my campaign, ठीक है? राइट? हाँ, वही काम होता है। I'll not go deeper into it because time बहुत कम है हमारे पास, but you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn and post your questions on directly in my inbox. I'll answer those. So yeah, largely अभी पता है अगले 2 साल में क्या करना है? You have to do lot of reading, ठीक है? Go and do lot of internships. See, reach out to people. अगर आपका will है ना, nobody will say no to it. There was a student from Jamia Millia Islamia Delhi. I was delivering a session. I told them, you can reach out to me if you need internships. He actually reached out to me. And he said कि सर मेरे को internship करना है, आप प्लीज हेल्प करिए। I immediately called my North business head. I told him कि यार कुछ कर सकता है, उसने बोला भेज दे, कुछ करवा लेंगे। And he did his internship in operations. Today he's placed with us. And he's doing really well. Similarly, I had one student in Gandhinagar who reached out to me for internship. I could not do anything for him, but I asked one of my friend कि तुम कुछ कर पाओगे? He had his own startup. He took him, and he did his internship over there. Today he is working with Britannia. ठीक है? So you reach out to people, they are ready to help you. You reach out to your professors, ask them if they have a corporate network, they'll reach out to you, right? So, and I've been to hundreds of institutions across my corporate life. I've been going to multiple institutions. Okay. People who have will to learn, they will eventually success. They will eventually taste the success, right? And people who are not willing to put on the efforts from their side, दुनिया आके आपको नहीं बोलेगी कि you put on efforts, right? So, these 3-4 things keep in your mind. Work on your communications. Work on your communications every day, every night. Okay? Trust me, I've been to the college where I have to, I had a campus schooling जहाँ पे लगभग 1000 बच्चे थे. And at the end of the recruitment drive, I was very unhappy because I could not even select one out of them. And my expectation was very basic. आप लोगों से expectation बहुत basic रहेंगी. You are all getting out of the college. हमको पता है कि आप लोगों को कॉर्पोरेट बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है, राइट? तो मैं आपको ये नहीं पूछूंगा कि यार ये बैलेंस शीट देख के बता कि मैं इसमें इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए कि नहीं, राइट? बट योर एटीट्यूड एंड योर कम्युनिकेशंस, आपने जो 2 साल पढ़ाई की है, हाउ वेल यू कैन कम्युनिकेट एंड द अमाउंट ऑफ एफर्ट दैट यू पुट इन दिस 2 years, वही आपको हेल्प करेगा वो 20 मिनट के इंटरव्यू. अगर आप वो 20 मिनट बोल पाए ना, which means for your whole life, if you are making sense in those 20 minutes, you're making sense, or you're creating a sense for your career for the entire rest of your life. ठीक है? So I'll not bore you much. आप लोग बोर हो रहे हो ऐसा लग रहा है मेरे को? नहीं ना? अच्छा, जोश है. ओके. पर मैं ऐसे भी नहीं बोल सकता हाउस द जोश, क्योंकि सब मिलिट्री वाले हाय सर बोल देंगे, बिल्डिंग गिर जाएगी. Okay. So any questions? I'm open for questions now. One by one. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Brand story matters.
Does brand story matters? Okay. What's next?
And what is the difference between startup culture and corporate?
Okay. पहला सवाल, ठीक है? Brand story matters? Yes, it does. How does it matters? You all have heard of Behrooz Biryani? Yes. When we launched Behrooz Biryani, I'll give you this answers very quickly. Okay? So be with me. Please have a seat. So when we launched Behrooz Biryani, we were thinking of how do we launch this? ठीक है? One of my friend told me कि यार एक काम करते हैं, we will make a story around this. तो आप YouTube पे जाके देखोगे, there is an ad of Behrooz जो starting में आया था कि there was a Behrooz Sultanate, there was a war that happened for a Behrooz biryani, a biryani which was worth a war. ठीक है? It looked so real, ठीक है? कि ये सच में हिस्ट्री का पार्ट है. It was so real and it actually connected with the people. तो जब हमने ये लॉन्च किया, our sales shot up from, I think we were doing 1.5 crore rupees annual sales, which shot up to 20 crore rupees. Behrooz Biryani, ठीक है? And investors have to come in and say कि यार वहाँ पे एक disclaimer डालो कि ये original story नहीं है, ये history actual नहीं है. This is a created one. ठीक है? Investors have to step in and say this because somebody might, put up a case and you will be in trouble. It was looking so real. ठीक है? So story matters? Yes, it does. वो तो मेरे लाइफ में एग्जांपल हुआ है. It does. Startup culture और what was the second question? एक चीज है. There are 100 cultures if you have 100 bosses, if you have 100 leaders in the company, right? Now, if I give you an example of CCD, people wanted to come and work in Pune division because we had a very sorted culture. ठीक है? Because हमारा लीडर वैसे था. And down the line भी हमारे लीडर्स वैसे ही थे. But nobody wanted to work in Bombay because वहाँ पे पूरा लाला कल्चर था. ठीक है? So I think startup थोड़ा सा अभी आज के टाइम में hustling है. Everybody wants to make sure that they are having good bottom line. Hence it has become very cost centric. Other companies, they have become very competitive. Market is any which way struggling. In today's time, it's little difficult to survive in corporate. But as the time will move on, market situation will also improve. Culture is all about how you are getting treated eventually, right? It's not about the facilities that, sorry? इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ लर्निंग. सीखने आपको स्टार्टअप में कभी भी ज्यादा मिलेगा. सीखने तब मिलता है जब आपके पास अथॉरिटी होती है. ऑथोरिटी और फ्रीडम टू टेक द डिसीजंस, वो स्टार्टअप में ज्यादा होता है. बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में ये होता है ना कि एक प्रोसेस सेट की गई है, यू हैव टू जस्ट गो, सरकारी काम करना है, वही प्रोसेस फॉलो करना है. ठीक है. से फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू गो इन एचयूएल, यू हैव अ सिस्टम, यू हैव योर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, एवरी मंडे खोलो, उनको बिलिंग डालो. आपको ऊपर से एक टारगेट आएगा, इतना करना ही है, वो करना ही है. यू आर नॉट एडिंग वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर क्रिएटिविटी. ठीक है. यू आर नॉट एडिंग वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ गिविंग योर सजेशंस. neither you are adding value in terms of doing your work differently. You have to abide by the processes that has been set up. ठीक है. तो ये कभी आपको ऑप्शन नहीं मिलेगा सेटअप ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, लार्ज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. स्टार्टअप में ये आपको हमेशा मिलेगा. यू कैन इवन एक्सेस टू द फाउंडर. आई कैन पिक अप अ फोन एंड कॉल जयदीप टुडे. आई विल टेल हिम कि यार ये नहीं जम रहा है, इसको इस तरीके से करते हैं. ही विल से कि चल ट्राई करके देख. सो दिस इज ऑलवेज एन ऑप्शन with startups. So from learning perspective, always it is good. If you ask me from the stability point of view, the corporates are good. Yes. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah.
So as you started the session talking about placement, do you think that education business in India is biggest scamming business right now?
यार ये बहुत political सवाल पूछ रहा है मुझसे. I don't know यार, I'm not too much into it. But why are you falling for it then? The question is, why are you falling for it?
So you told us you can't run MBA in classes. You have to go outside and.
मैंने ये कभी नहीं बोला. मैंने ये कभी नहीं बोला. ये मेरे को फंसा रहा है. ठीक है. So my point here is, कैसी? मैं तुमको एक बात बोलता हूँ. I am telling you, you cannot become employable by having degrees. If that is the case, India has the highest people who are holding degrees and highest unemployment rate. ठीक है. But here the case is how much skill development is happening. Understand? जो ITI भी कर रहा है ना, उनका स्किल डेवलपमेंट कितना हो, या सिर्फ वो ITI लेके निकल रहा है. उनको न्यूट्रल और करंट के बीच में डिफरेंस नहीं समझता है. ऐसे में हजारों स्टूडेंट्स बता सकता हूं, और वो ITI करके निकल रहे हैं. ये डिफरेंस की मैं बात कर रहा हूं कि ये अगर डिफरेंस आप नहीं कर पा रहे हो, एंड आई सेड इट्स अबाउट डिफरेंशिएटिंग बिटवीन राइट एंड रॉन्ग. डिड आई मेंशन दिस? If you learn that, you are highly employable. ठीक है. अगर आप एडटेक कंपनीज की तरफ इशारा कर रहे हो, वो डे वन से स्कैम ही था. You all have fallen for it. वो डे वन से वही था. I have my article written on LinkedIn back in 2018. ठीक है. तब मैंने लिखा था कि it's going to the biggest scam of the country. ठीक है. Okay. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Ourselves to be a future marketing manager or brand manager.
See, so how much time do we have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay. So they can post their questions to me. They can mail it to me. I'll answer it to them, right? Because we don't have time. Yeah. I'll just answer her question.
Sure.
Yeah. Please have it. See, as I mentioned, brand creation, brand management, campaign management is all about insights. You remember the fog example that I gave it to you?
Yes.
ये कोई इंसाइट आया होगा ना, राइट? वहां से ये कैंपेन प्लान हुआ. सो हाउ गुड विथ योर नंबर्स? यू नीड टू बी वेरी गुड विथ योर नंबर्स. डिपेंड्स, और उसके बेसिस पे हाउ गुड यू आर विथ योर एनालिटिकल स्किल्स. आपने पूछा कि वो कौन से स्किल्स डेवलप करने हैं. आपका एनालिटिकल सेंस सुपर्ब होना चाहिए. योर रिसर्च स्किल्स हैज टू बी सुपर्ब. ठीक है. Why do you think HULs of the world, the McKinseys of the world, or the BCGs of the world goes to IIM? They are superb with their aptitude. पर वो भी कॉटलरी रहे हैं, पर आप भी कॉटलरी रहे. ठीक है. उनके पढ़ाने वाले शायद 25 साल पुराने होंगे, कॉर्पोरेट में काम करके आए हुए होंगे, VP बन के आए होंगे, इसलिए उनको इंसाइट्स बेटर मिल रहे हैं. उनके क्लासरूम में उनको सही इंसाइट्स मिल रहे हैं, उनके क्लासरूम में उनको सही एग्जांपल्स मिल रहे हैं. और वही चीज वो जाके अपने इंटरव्यू में बोलते हैं. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग, क्योंकि वो IIM से हैं, उनको बेटर इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं. ठीक है. मेरे पास आई हैव सीन पीपल, जब मैं CCT में था, मेरे पास एक बंदा आया था जिसको मैंने नागपुर में प्लेस किया था, जो IIM नागपुर से था. ठीक है. एंड ही वॉज गुड विथ हिज रिसर्च स्किल्स, पर वो सेल्स में था. He was wrongly placed in sales. He was good in marketing, but he was wrongly placed in sales. उसको हमने उठा के मार्केटिंग में डाला. And he started doing fab. ठीक, क्योंकि उनका माइंडसेट ही वो है, नंबर्स क्रंच करना, नंबर से इंसाइट्स निकालना, इंसाइट्स निकाल के कैंपेन्स बना. ये उसका काम था. ये उसने इंटर्नशिप भी यही किया था. But he was wrongly placed in sales. So point here is कि आप जब तक अपना एनालिटिकल सेंस नहीं डेवलप करोगे, आप जब तक अपना रिसर्च स्किल्स नहीं डेवलप करोगे, यू नीड टू हैव अ सुपर्ब एप्टीट्यूड. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, यू नीड टू हैव अ गुड हैंड ऑन एक्सेल. एक्सेल आपकी लाइफ है कॉर्पोरेट, राइट? क्योंकि आप जितना एक्सेल फ्रीली कर पाओगे, उतना जल्दी आप इन सारे चीजों को सीख पाओ. तो ये चीजें डेवलप करो खुद में. एंड आपको ब्रांड की पोजीशन में जाने के लिए बहुत सारे कॉम्प्रोमाइजेस करने पड़ते. इनिशियली एट अ पे स्केल लेवल, एंड एडिशनली यू नीड टू गो एंड डू. आपका सिर्फ MBA कोर्स सफिशिएंट नहीं होगा, यू विल हैव टू डू एडिशनल कोर्सेस आल्सो. कोर्सेरा पे जाइए, देखिए क्या क्या कोर्सेस हैं. ठीक है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्टॉलवर्ट्स फ्रॉम द मार्केट, फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री हु आर गिविंग यू दिस कोर्सेस. आप उनको अप्रोच कर सकते हो. हम जैसे कई लोग हैं, उनके पास आप आ सकते हो. टेक दिस इनसाइट्स फ्रॉम देयर, इंप्लीमेंट दोज इन योर लाइफ. ठीक है. एज आई सेड, जेफ बेजोस जब आप पढ़ोगे तो वो बताता है कि यार Amazon को सक्सेसफुल बनाने के लिए हमको क्या करना है. द लास्ट गोल क्या है हमारा? तो कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन. नाउ स्टार्ट थिंकिंग बैकवर्ड्स फ्रॉम देयर. अब कस्टमर हाईएस्ट सेटिस्फैक्शन के लिए मेरे को क्या क्या करना है? कि ग्रीवेंस रिड्रेसल के लिए मेरे को एक ग्रीवेंस रिड्रेसल फॉर्म बनानी है विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मेरे को एक कॉल सेंटर सेटअप करना है. मेरे को मेरा डिलीवरी टाइम कम करना है. इनसाइट्स पे काम किया उसने बोला यार द डिलीवरी टाइम इज वेरी हाई, which is becoming a bottleneck for my success. He removed that. Again, bottleneck, operations people. I'm telling you, your life will be incomplete without this. Okay, so he removed that. Likewise, you need to have a very analytical approach to everything to be a brand, to be handling a brand. ठीक है, but उसके लिए आपको 8-10 साल अपने लाइफ के निकाल के रखने पड़े वो सीखने के. ठीक है. The rest of the questions you can post it to me. I'll give my email ID. You can post it to me. I'll definitely answer back each and every question of yours. Okay, and not only now, you can reach out to me anytime for any internship opportunity or anything. We are always there, open for you. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. You have been a great crowd. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'll share my email ID to you. They can post questions to me. I'll answer it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can close. Sir, please continue.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your invaluable insights. I am sure the student must have been highly motivated. We will look forward for your next visit to our campus. Thank you and Jai Hind.